Yo, welcome to my review of Pokemon Journeys, episode 39, Ash vs. Bee, Overcome Octolock. Before we get started, if you ended up enjoying this video, please consider maybe leaving a like and maybe subscribing. That would help me a lot. So, this is a long-awaited rematch of Ash and Galar's fighting-type gym leader, Bee. I love that we kick off with some training between Pikachu and Riolu. I feel like plenty of people were kind of concerned with Ash not really doing any battle training, and that wasn't a huge concern for me, since Ash has had plenty of battles where he doesn't really do that, like Ash vs. Brandon or Ash vs. Annabelle. Both Battle Frontier, funnily enough. But you know, it's appreciated. Plus, he's also about to get Dragonite and farfetch'd to train. But oh no, he only trains Riolu, right? No, he doesn't. Go interrupts as Bee is training in Johto, and he wants to let Ash know that. And she's at Chuck's Cianwood gym. So we head there, and Chuck of all people returns. So Chuck of course remembers Ash, and we get a fun callback to Bayleaf beating him. Also, funnily enough, Bee doesn't actually remember Ash's name, but he remembers his Pokemon. It does suck that Ash got back into Superclass off screen with no explanation. I think that's actually bad of them to do. Why have him drop if they're not going to be showing him getting back into it? Anyway, Pikachu and Hitmontop come out as the battle is accepted. And we just get some great action from Pikachu. They don't make Pikachu overwhelmingly powerful, but he has an advantage, and his usage of Electro Web on the ground as an actual web, that's pretty sweet, and it kind of stops Hitmontop's movement. It's a good win for Pikachu, and it completely changes how it went before for Ash. Of course, Graplocked is her next Pokemon, and Pikachu just gets wailed on by a close combat. It does get off a strong Thunderbolt, and Pikachu is then caught in an Octolock, despite using the tentacles as a footing to try to escape, and it's knocked out by a liquidation. So there's a fantastic scene after Pikachu is down where Riolu picks him up and returns him to Ash. It just shows how close Riolu and Pikachu's bond is. Learn from that, episode 30. Learn from that. And it's Riolu's time to battle. Riolu doesn't immediately go in to fight up with Graplocked. Ash gets it to move back after firing a vacuum wave. Graplock tries to Octolock Riolu, but Ash was waiting for that. Riolu and Ash completely calm, let it get grappled. Riolu syncs up with it, and uses that to break the Octolock. Riolu stores its power, which takes a very aura look to it, and it frees itself with an incredibly powerful Force Palm, which was so exciting to see. That was a great way for Riolu to break out. They both jump at each other with a close combat and a Force Palm, they hit each other hard, and they're both down. We have a tie. Gee, I wonder if they're setting up a round 3 here, and I really expect them to have their last match in Stow on side. So Chuck calls a break where we get to see something from the games, actually. Bee loves sweets. And they also add that Chuck does too, that's how he gets his energy, which is great. I love that. If you've seen his personality in Johto, it works a lot. It also really adds more to Bee beyond her as a fighter, since she really lightens up when she's eating sweets and she even feeds Riolu and Pikachu. So Bee praises Ash's strategy, says she'll advance up to Hyper Class, which she's very close to doing. She's rank 193, which is the same number on her uniform actually. They both claim they'll beat Leon and they get heated up about that. Back in Kanto, we get to see that Go caught himself with Chinchou, since he was shown fishing at the start of the episode and he had no luck. And they had to stay in Cianwood a little longer until we got at least one Johto Pokemon. I actually really loved this episode a lot. Ash felt in peak character here, which to be honest I haven't been super into his character as of late. He had a damn good plan to fight his biggest obstacle from last time, and it sort of worked out. I'm really glad Ash didn't take 2 losses here, and it feels like he's got a strong new rival when he gets to Hyper Class. Battle itself? Pretty fantastic stuff. It wasn't a complete repeat of last time, it looked great, and Electro Web again proved to be an incredibly versatile move. And it really just showed Ash's improvement overall. I may not love everything about the aftermath of his initial loss to Bee, but this rematch was a perfect follow-up to that. Making use of Aura to sync up with Graplocked? Love it. It's using Riolu's unique trait to beat Graplock's unique trait. Oh yeah, it's also pretty incredible to think that Chuck is back 2 episodes after the Alola gang. Like what? Isn't that weird to think about? Who would have ever expected Gym Leader Chuck to even fight toe-to-toe with a Gen 8 Gym Leader? And also to talk about Leon. But, you know, his presence is appreciated for Johto continuity, and I think it helps Bee's character to have another fighting-type gym leader to kind of bounce off of. As mentioned, my only real issue is kind of the fact that Ash jumped up to Super Rank off-screen. They don't even try to explain it, he's just Superclass now. That's bad. That's very, very bad, to be honest. They should have at least had a quick montage of him building his rank up again, with maybe his other Pokemon that don't fight against Bee here. So, overall, I love this episode. I should also mention that the time slot is changing, so there won't be an episode review next week. I'll start reviewing on Fridays or Saturdays from now on when the episode actually airs. So, thanks for watching.